I was sitting in the park and somebody was fighting over something petty, and the guy was knotted out holding his belongings in both hands, and somebody came up and literally sliced his throat, like ear to ear. It was crazy. There was blood everywhere.
Quiet's driving me insane. Silence rattles in my brain. Yeah, I gotta get away. Always waiting for the phone, so I built my towers tall.
Miss.
That's too high. Now I gotta go low.
Breaking like a man. Walls are coming down. Gotta save me.
Hey, what's up, AML family? We out here in Kensington. It's a windy day today. It's very cold. You know what's coming, winter, right? And you know the people out here sick and suffering. We pray that, you know, something happens, something clicking in their mind for them to get themselves up out of the street, because we don't want people dying out here in the cold. So today I ran into a very nice young lady while I was riding my bike. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name's Hallie.
Hallie?
Yes.
Nice meeting you, Hallie. How you doing today?
I'm alright today.
Okay, you know.
It's always a little bit of a struggle every day, but
absolutely
just
right.
taking it day by day.
That's all we could do, you know. Take it day by day. So, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Wow, you're very young. Where are you originally from?
Originally, I'm from Baltimore, but I moved up to York County near Harrisburg, so where I actually live is 2 hours away from here.
Okay, so before we go any further, let's go in the back end a little bit. Let's go into your childhood. Can you paint us a picture how that was like?
Well, I grew up around addiction. My parents were both addicted to crack cocaine for about 35 years, my entire life. My aunt and uncle were heroin addicts too, and my grandma was alcohol. So the addiction runs in the family. It was a little dysfunctional growing up, a lot of physical abuse, but as time went on, they finally got their shit together and got clean, my parents. But they were always, I don't know, I want to word this. They were functioning addicts. Like, they could still hold a job. My father always took care of us, but that addiction still always got in the way, and I never understood it, but now I'm growing up, and now I see how it is.
Tough, right?
Yeah, it really is tough. Although I was so against this my entire childhood, I didn't get into this until I was older. I accomplished a lot of things. I went to college, got a bachelor's degree, and now I just feel like I'm throwing everything away with this addiction.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard.
It takes all the good things away from you.
I lost everybody, you know. My father, a lot of family members passed away. The only person I have left pretty much is my mom. But, yeah.
Well, I'm so sorry you had a tough foundation coming up, because that plays a huge, part in your, how you live your life as an adult, your childhood.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorite memories you can think of?
My childhood? Gotta go back. I used to play softball, so just getting to travel with that, and you know what I mean, it's something I enjoyed. Just hobbies that I enjoyed growing up, photography, and I did travel a lot when I was sober. I would just be very spontaneous, take trips to New York, Florida. So those are
cool.
things that I do remember doing.
Do you miss those things?
Yeah, terribly.
Hey.
I want to get back to the old me. Right now, it's just like a shell of myself. I'm here, but I'm not here, you know?
A lot of people feel like you.
Yeah.
So you're not alone in this battle. You see your surrounding, you see, you know, the devastation out
Yeah, I
here.
know if I was clean and I came around this environment, I'd be disgusted.
Absolutely, because it's not normal
I-
to see people
yeah.
living like this, you know. They
Can't imagine how like other people look at us.
Exactly, and that's why we do these videos to educate the world.
Yeah.
So now let's go in high school. What type of student was you?
I struggled a little bit in high school, you know, but still passed and graduated. But like I said, I did play softball, so that's something that kept me busy after school.
Were you a rebel in school, or were you a loner?
A loner, I would say, an outsider. I always kept to myself.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
not very social.
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
A loner. I know
Yeah.
exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
High school is definitely tough, you know. Everybody try to
It's
fit
the
in.
cliques and
Yeah.
just ignored all that.
So let's get right into it. You know, on this channel, we're not here to shame,
Right.
or you know, to make you look less of a person. It's just to share your story and educate people.
Yeah.
You know, because your story could be somebody else's survival guide in life.
Right, somebody else could
So,
definitely.
how old were you when you started using drugs?
I started fairly older. I would
old?
say around 19. I was prescribed Percocets. I had surgery. And then
For
once
what?
that ran out, that's when I started using heroin. Yeah, I had mouth surgery. It was just, my mouth was messed up. But once that ran out, that's when I started going to the heroin. But that was like on and off. And then a friend of mine actually introduced it to me. And I ended up getting involved with the wrong person, you know.
Yeah.
He got me deep into this, so yeah.
Do you have like any resentment towards him for that?
Yeah, because I was deathly afraid of needles, and he shot me up for about a year straight. So that's scary. And not only that, every time he did it, I was dying, literally overdosing. So
Wow. That's dangerous.
yeah.
Did
I'm
he-
happy I'm alive, honestly, because it's been about 10 times I probably overdosed.
Wow.
So-
Are you afraid of dying?
It's like a tug of war. I am, but I'm not. I'm just curious about the afterlife. So, I don't know.
What do you think is in the afterlife?
That I can't even answer.
Okay,
I guess
you
until
just-
I see,
Right.
gotta see for myself. But I'm just thinking it's gotta be peace.
Yeah. Because we're living in hell, especially with this type of lifestyle.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, is this actually hell? And then when we die, is that
Gotcha.
vice versa?
I'm just getting different perspective when you see
Yeah.
me move around like that, you know, us artists
Yeah, I
and
got
stuff. Yeah, so, okay, so how was it, what was it like the first time you tried heroin?
Oh boy, I got sick as hell actually and threw up, but at the same time I liked the feeling.
What do you like about it?
Just the feeling of, it's almost like being free, carelessness. And I tried a lot of other drugs, but nothing compared to that. That's my drug of choice, that's all I do.
Yeah.
I do not like nothing else. I like the feeling of feeling weightless, and I don't know, it just honestly makes you feel like a feather.
So that's
Like
the
I'm
only-
walking on clouds.
Yeah. Do you sniff or do you
I shoot
IV?
it.
IV?
Yeah.
That must be, you know, very dangerous, right? Doing that.
Yeah, it is.
Can you say that name, the person that was dear to you that you lost to addiction? Can you say that name and something nice about that person?
His name was Anthony Brown. He was a friend of mine. He was very creative and talented. He was an artist, musician. So, it's just sad that I've lost a lot of people to. I don't even want to name the whole list, but that was someone I was actually close to that I lost.
Rest in peace to him.
Yeah, it's just sad.
Yeah, right. I can only imagine.
There's a lot of people just last year that were here and are already gone from it. So.
Yeah. So you're so Baltimore and Kensington.
Oh, they're very similar.
They're very similar. Can you tell us what's the similarities?
It's pretty much the same thing. It's a huge open drug market. Not as carelessness how they have everyone getting high out in the open, but it's fairly similar. Yeah, it's just a little bit smaller in Kensington, but same shit goes on down there.
Yeah. What brought you down to Kensington? What was your first of all? What was your first reaction of Kensington when you got here?
A friend of mine was living down here with her boyfriend, and she was telling me about it and describing it, and I'm like, of course I'm a drug addict, I'm curious, I want to see it. So they brought me down here one day, and it's horrible to say, but I feel like fell in love with it. There's nothing like this anywhere else in the world. It's horrible to say, but as an addict, you know?
That's what they said. This place is like Disneyland for addicts.
Yeah, it's awful. I met people from all over the world. England, Kentucky, like, it's crazy.
Yeah. So how much would you say you spend every day on buying fentanyl?
Oh,
Average, you think?
God, it ranges. Probably, boy, it ranges. Because already today I probably spent almost 200. So probably 250 to 400 a day.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money, right?
It's a lot of money.
You know, obviously that's a lot of money to be coming up with every day for drugs. So how do you come up with this money?
Sadly, I walk the and.
That's the reality. That's the lifestyle. What comes with it.
Yeah.
Most girls, 80%.
Pretty much, yeah. Men pay me for sex. Yeah. Sadly.
Do you think that one day you'll, like, you know, get your life back?
I really want to, because I'm disgusted with this.
It's not a good life.
I don't like putting my life at risk every day just to support my habit.
Yeah.
Because I swear, every other day something bad happens. You know, I'm getting stranded, raped, like, robbed, you know what I mean?
Sorry.
It's crazy out here.
What's the worst thing that you ever seen or has happened to you out here in Kensington?
The worst thing I've seen
or has happened to you?
There's a ton of shootings, you know, you're always witnessing that, but I was sitting in the park and somebody was fighting over something petty, and the guy was knotted out holding his belongings in both hands, and somebody came up and literally sliced his throat, like ear to ear. It was crazy. There's blood everywhere.
It's horrible, right?
Yeah, it's awful.
How do you stay safe out here?
I try to carry around tasers, knives, you know what I mean, any weapon I can.
Yeah. What's your living status currently? Where do you stay?
I stay with 2 friends of mine on the app. They have an apartment.
Okay.
So, in that sense, I'm safe. But still, they don't want me doing what I'm doing. They don't support it at all.
Absolutely not.
They don't want me out here. They know it's very dangerous and put my life at risk.
Is it worth it?
No, it's not.
What advice would you give to the younger generation?
First of all, I would never advise anyone to come here to begin with. It's like addiction paradise. But
It's not a
Literally,
good place.
I
It's a
wouldn't
good
even
place if you're not on drugs. But if you're
Yeah,
on
because
drugs,
if you're got a clear mind and you see all this around you, it's gonna disgust you and turn you off against it.
what's the toughest? What's the toughest thing as far as being a drug addict? What's the toughest thing for you? What are your struggles?
Being sick, panicking when you get to that last bag and just what to do next. I don't feel like going out on the Ave when I'm sick and doing what I have to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then winter's coming, I'm panicking about that. Like, what am I gonna do for winter to make money? Yeah, it's a lot of factors that go into play.
Yeah. So what all have you lost due to your addiction?
Everything. My apartment, my car, my career. You know, I was making good money and working in Lancaster. I was a graphic designer, making like $40 an hour. I was doing so good, and I just relapsed and just fell into a dark hole once my father passed away. You know,
Yeah. So
I
sorry
was
about
just
that.
didn't know how to handle the grief, and I ended up relapsing.
Do you have a short-term goal for yourself now?
My short-term goal, I want to gain my relationships back with my family. You know, I miss them all. I don't have anyone out here. You know what I mean?
Tough.
When I came out here, it's pretty much starting over, meeting all new people. You know what I mean? I'm not from here at all,
Yeah.
so
It's like an outsider, right?
yeah, like I'm completely new around here. I know no one.
Yeah. Let's get off topic and then we're done, okay?
Alright.
What's your favorite color?
Lavender.
Lavender. Yo, we would like to know, what is your zodiac sign?
Virgo.
Yo, shout out to all the Virgos. Say what's up to your sign. Show her some love. What's your favorite band or artist?
Oh man, I had a big obsession with King Von.
Rest in peace, King Von.
I know.
He's a good storyteller.
Yeah, he is.
Got some bars, you know, he's definitely, you know.
Damn well he
talented.
does.
Okay. Now, what are some of your favorite foods?
I like seafood. I'm from Baltimore, so a lot of Old Bay.
Okay.
Chinese food.
Old Bay, Chinese, that's what I'm talking about. Nice, nice. When you were a little girl, what do you want to become when you grow up?
Oh boy. I think typical. I wanted to be like a teacher when I was younger, but ended up totally going the opposite way, into the art field.
Yeah, art is where it's at. I love art.
Yeah.
Art is so in your pastime, what are some things that you love to do?
I like to I had a weird hobby. I would travel around to abandoned places and photograph models and the structures of the places.
Wow.
So yeah, it was really neat. I would go to asylums, abandoned amusement parks. So photography and painting was one of my hobbies. Walking on like nature trails and things like that.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that you name are some of my favorite things I love doing too, you know. Sunrise or sunset, which one are you?
Let's say sunset.
Wow.
In that sense, what do you mean by that?
As far as
too?
like, you know, are you a daytime or a nighttime person?
Yeah, definitely sunset. I like that.
Wow.
Come on at night. I'm a night owl.
I hear that.
Everything's opposite for me. I'd rather sleep during the day and come out at night.
Gotcha. If you could be any animal, what animal would you be?
I'm gonna say something simple, a cat, because they're lazy as hell. I could just sleep all day and lounge around, do whatever the hell I want.
Gotcha.
And it seems like their owners are very lovable to them, so.
Yeah, cats are cool. I love cats.
Yeah.
That's what's up. When you hear the word art, what does art mean to you?
Art?
Yeah, A-R-T. What is art to you?
Just creation, and I can't even describe what art is to me, because everybody has their own term for that.
What's your definition of art?
I can't even describe it. All I keep thinking of is just being creative. And
When I look at you, I see art, you know.
Yeah, I have a ton of tattoos.
The way how you dress, you know, you very like a artsy person, you know. Mm-hmm. Are you currently in a relationship?
No.
What do you look for in a partner?
Somebody that is very ambitious. And honestly, even though I'm an addict, I'm never with addicts. They're usually sober and straight edge. So that helps me too, because my last relationship, he was sober and ended up getting me off of the dope. Mm-hmm. So somebody who's very ambitious, loving, creative, outgoing, has a good sense of humor. Don't want somebody I could step all over.
Got you. So you have had some claim time before, right?
Yeah. I just had a lot of support. And I was in a different environment. Being away from here helps me a lot. I was back where I was living, and just honestly, if I have people that keep my mind off of it.
Yeah. Because
a lot of this is mental.
Absolutely.
So
that's true.
When I have that support, I can easily stay clean, because I've accomplished a lot of things, and I'm like, I can definitely get off of this.
Absolutely, girl. So 2 more questions and that's it, okay? So now, if your family or your friends were supposed to see this video, what message would you like to send to them?
That I just want to apologize to them, honestly, for everything I've done, and I love them very much, and I want to repair our relationships.
You hear that, family?
Yeah.
Reach out to her, okay? Don't give up on your loved ones. It's not easy. They definitely need all your support. What's your message to the world?
Just give us a chance and actually listen to our stories. And honestly, I wish I could just put these people in our shoes, because you're not going to understand it until you go through it. So I know people are very judgmental, but like I said, if I could just put someone in these shoes, I think you would understand a little bit more and be less judgmental. Got you. You hear that, guys? She's talking the absolute truth. So AML family, I want to tell her thank you so much for sharing her story with the AML family. She is now part of us. She's not alone out here. Is there anything that you're in need of that we can help you with, resources or any other things that you may need? I think I do. I probably need some counseling and taking the steps of going to rehab, honestly. So this paper I'm giving you has my website number on it. Okay. AMLfilms.net is resources on there for everything. And if you want the scholarship, we can work on getting you the scholarship. What about housing too? Housing over there, everything. Okay. Go to the resource section. You're gonna see a list of different, resources for you. This is the website, right? Yeah, AMLfilms.net. Okay. All right. So. And I was gonna say the word for who supports the housing and stuff like. Would we pay, each person pay rent for that, or? Well, you have to call and then find out, because it's vary from, state by state. Okay. See the little squirrel right there trying to be your friend? So AML family, it's time for us to roll out. Thank you so much for taking the time to hear her story. Drop all the positive comments you have for her. And, I will stay connected with her, and hopefully, it'll be a beautiful, ending to her story, and she can pull herself up out of this black hole. Yeah. So remember, guys, don't be bitter, be better. Until next time, we out there. Peace out.
Gotta save me from myself. This emptiness, it hurts like hell. My good intentions let me down. I keep getting in my way. My stubborn pride will dig my grave. Leave it behind with every step I take. Yeah, cycle down, walls are coming down. Yeah.